Welcome to the Rumble live lineup. I'm your host, Diane Sawyer. Today, I'm going to be talking about the Democrat Party stuck in reverse, and they get both feet on the gas pedal. It's fun to watch. And then another lesbian judge rules against Trump, and I say they are the cancer. A white blues chick. What? You heard me. A white blues. This girl, this woman, you guys might have already heard her because I'm an old timer, but she's not like she didn't sign with a big record, but she's a white woman who plays the blues and has the voice that Janis Joplin wished she had. Anyways, you might know who she is, but stay tuned for that. It's my favorite part of the show. And God has a parking space, and people at a high school had a problem with that, but God got it back. All that and the weather. All right, good to be with you on a Wednesday. Red Sox went in and took another one from Baltimore last night. Luca Giolito, fucking huge Italian guy. He's 6'5", 250. He threw a gem. Let me tell you, if he pitches the way he's supposed to pitch, and he has been, he's got a 3-point something. Anyways, I know you guys are sick of that. And anyways, they're 13. They're only 4 out of first place. Chasing Toronto, who has been unbelievable this year. I hate the Canadians. And what else? That's about it. Let's get right to it, because I got a lot of shat to talk about. So this was from a couple days ago. The Dems had a sort of a Dem convention to try to get their shit together. And this guy, Martin, I don't know, forget his first name. Ken. Let's call him Ken Martin. Again, he makes Adam Schiff look like fucking Urlacher for the Bears. What a group of dorks and weak people. Man, you wonder why they're getting steamrolled. So anyways, the Dems stuck in reverse. The Democrat Party has been struggling for months with infighting and finding a message that resonates with its base, but its base is retarded and they're retarded, so I don't think we have anything to worry about. But the Democratic National Committee's summer meeting, oh boy, did you bring snacks and do a campfire and s'mores, you bunch of fucking... Oh, Nick, stop it. I'm calling somebody. I'm wearing this Kelly green. Anyways, summer meeting is proving to be more of the same virtue signaling from the year. I'm showing this because it's got to be good news. Trump's got them in a headlock they don't know how to get out of, and they're sticking to their guns. They're doubling down with their woke horse shit that did so well in the last election. DNC chair Ken Martin, there he is. Look at him. Isn't he an alpha male? This guy couldn't defend his wife at a mall. Called the meeting into session and almost immediately introduced a speaker from what, Nick? From maybe somebody who's a little moderate Democrat and somebody like that? No, from the Saginaw Nation to deliver a land acknowledgement speech. Did you just hear what I said, folks? Their first speaker is a Native American woman, and they're still bitching about land being stolen. This is what they open their meeting with, just to show how far their heads are up their asses. It really is hilarious. Reminds me, college football this weekend, tons of it. And in many ways, we still live in a system built to suppress indigenous people, cultural and spiritual history. Lindy Somick, the treasurer for the Minnesota Democratic Farmer/Labor Party and self-described indigenous queer woman. I didn't even know that. Oh my God, a female Indian, and she's gay, so you know what she's doing with that corn on the cob. I'm sorry, maize. Can you imagine a Native American queer woman, the first speaker, gave the land acknowledgement at the very beginning of the meeting. She said, how? How you doing? Good morning, DNC members, friends, and relatives. Let's talk about the land for a second. Yeah, since we're on it. I didn't even mean that. That was a fucking pun. As Bill Hicks used to say, get off your fucking I hate puns high horse. Let's talk about the land for a second. Yeah, what about it? The DNC acknowledges and honors the Dakota Oyate, or Oyate. I don't give a foddy. Oyate, O-Y-A-T-E, the Dakota people, who are the original stewards of the lands and waters of Minneapolis. I like that. So if you land there first, what, you own the rivers and lakes and shit for the next 1,000 years? Is that how? Get the fuck out of here. Stop with that shit already. The Dakota cared for the lands, lakes, and the Great River. And they also shit into coffee cans back then. The Mississippi River for thousands of years before colonization, she said. This broad stuck in 1968. This land was not cleaned or treated, sort of like my vagina, she went on to say. It's part of a history of broken treaties and promises. And in many ways, we still live in a system built to suppress indigenous peoples' culture and spiritual history. Yeah, well, let me touch on that for a second.
Your tears are so yummy and sweet. Oh, the tears of unfathomable sadness. Yummy, yummy, you guys.
So it's still built to suppress indigenous people. I don't know. Let me ask you a question, Miss Queer Indian. When there's when a high school or a college team has to change their name because it says Redskins or Fighting Warriors, what side of the argument are you on that? I'm guessing you want to get rid of it because you find it offensive. As a matter of fact, I know that just from looking at you. And that's what's suppressing your culture and shit. Stuff. We're doing a story on that later, I think. Maybe not. I'm confusing my shows. Dallas is like, what are you talking about? But do you see what I'm saying? So every time we try to celebrate it, and when they named the Redskins and the Kansas City Chiefs, that's what they would do. They were celebrating a fighting spirit. What do you think they were going? Well, these people were savages. Let's name sports teams after them. That'll get them. The Democrat-run state has long been hostile to settler imagery, even changing the state flag last year to erase the white man tilling the land. Excuse me. That's what they're focused on. Changing a flag. Like anybody would, first of all, would you notice that? It looks like Jimi Hendrix puked in a toilet. Psychedelic poop. Monday was the first day of the 3-day DNC summer meeting. Of course, that took place in Indianapolis. I mean, Minneapolis. I took to Ambien last night, folks. Look, I was telling Dallas, I used to take Ambien when I was living in New York. It would be a round blue pill, you know, and it looked like something that could knock you out, and it did. It used to fuck me up for about 72 hours. So my wife has this, again, it's the generic name, whatever. Let's call it Indians. And little tiny pieces. She's like, just take one, and it works pretty quickly. The other shit did back in the day when I took it. I have a whole bit about it, how nasty I used to get after I took it the next day. So I take this little piece, and I'm sitting there an hour later watching a serial killer saw a hooker's head off in Washington on the ID network, and I'm laughing. I feel nothing, so I take another one. I mean, they're tiny. They're like crack pieces. So I think it did knock me out quickly, but who wakes up at 4:44 in the morning? Which tells me, if you can wake up from an Ambien coma, I got something internally inside. I said to Dallas, I don't need a sleep doctor, I need a shrink. There's something eating away at me. I call it a yeast infection. Speaking of that, I got the capsules in the ass yesterday, in the ass cheek, I should say. You guys do that, you're my age. Testosterone therapy, I swear by it. I swear by it. Even masturbation gets better. Right up the nose.
Question.
Yeah.
And while it's being inserted?
The masturbation? Yes. Dallas. Boy, you read me like a book on that one. I'm jerking up. Well, it's not going in the asshole. It's going in the cheek. Close enough, I know. It's my wife's gynecologist who does it. So I sit in the waiting room, and I'm right in front of the door when women are done. They come out, and I judge them, and I picture him looking into her there, and I go, oh, nice one. Oh, he saw that? Oh, Jesus, really? And then, 400-pound Samoan comes in with a pineapple infection. A poi infection. Anyways, that's the DNC, and that's what they're doubling down on. I mean, if I'm the Republicans and Trump, I'm like, we should have this control this country for the next 70 years. People go, and they keep saying Trump's setting a trap. There's no trap. That's what these people are about. They're about lies, and they're not connected with reality. There's no answer to that other than agreeing you're wrong and joining us in reality. Know what I'm saying? I should have a Sunday morning show. Right in the middle of Face the Nation and Meet the Press. It's Meet the Dick. Today we got some liberal cocksucker on the show. Sit down, maggot. Anyways, let's move on to another biased lesbian judge. I'll tell you, folks, this is the real resistance. You see people out in the park with their anti-Trump signs and Hitler and all that shit. That's all for show. The real cancer that's getting in the way of this country moving forward are and I'm going to say it, they don't have to be gay, but this woman, I'm going out on a limb that she's gay, Judge Paula Zinis, Xinis. Look, another elf. I put it on X. I tweeted, beware of the elf sideburns. She should be in the trunk of a tree making Toll House cookies and not sitting on the goddamn bench getting in Trump's way. Judge Paul, she's gay. Another unhappy woman with a lot of brains, so I'll go to an Ivy League school, and then I'll become a liberal judge, a lawyer, and that way I can take my rage that's really about God because he butchered me, he rushed it when he made me, and I'll channel it that way and get change. Judge Paula Zinis appointed to the United States District Court for the District of Maryland. That's her right there. How are you?
Yes, sir.
Oh, shit. The thing was rolling. Something about the Department of Homeland Security officials. Fuck. Dallas, read it to me. Can you read it? I don't want to make you get up.
Former President Barack Obama has told Department of Homeland Security officials that they are absolutely forbidden.
They are absolutely forbidden from deporting illegal alien. She said this, right? She was appointed by Obama, who, again, is the face of all this shit and should be thrown out of the country. They are absolutely forbidden from deporting illegal alien Kilma Abrego Garcia, an accused MS-13 gang member, human smuggler, and domestic abuser. So let's review what I've talked about so far. The DNC had a nice meeting in Minneapolis, and they opened it with a squaw complaining about the land being stolen. And then we go on to this thing, and this thing here defending a guy, and it's proven, the Republicans aren't making this up, you can look it up, human smuggler, wife beater, MS-13 gang member. And you guys are going, why are we getting smoked? Oh, it's so fun to watch. It's all unraveling. I've been waiting for this. Again, I started listening to like Rush Limbaugh in 1987, 88, and started reading books, and I've been waiting for it. And then going on stage and saying this shit and murdering for a weekend at a club, and they're like, he was a little much. What? That's what they do. They don't tell you why. I'm like, yeah, I killed for 5 shows, but they don't want me back? Why is that? I didn't really, at that point, know the cancer had spread. Anyways, you look at the comment cards after one of my shows. What comedians do you want to see in the future? Gallagher 3. There is none. I don't care. This guy's offensive. Anyways, after immigration and customs enforcement, again, that would be ICE, and I'd appreciate you assholes who write these articles just to put ICE and quit tricking me into reading it. I fall for it every time. ICE agents arrested Abrego Garcia following his release from federal custody. Here he is seen with poop on his chin after mixing the salad of a gang member in his cell. That's an actual phrase. Following his release from federal custody on human smuggling charges, the Trump administration had plans to deport him, the illegal alien, to Uganda. Think about that. Imagine if you know that's your future. immediate future. Prison in Uganda. Oh, it doesn't matter anywhere. Guy's a piece of garbage. Do you guys remember how it started, how they caught him? He was in Tennessee. They pulled him over. There was 9 people in his car or a van, whatever the fuck. They had no luggage and shit. He said they were just, immigrant or whatever the fuck. That's how they found out who he was. Your clients are absolutely forbidden at this juncture to remove Mr. Abrego Garcia. This is the elf woman judge telling Trump's administration that they're forbidden at this juncture to remove Mr. Garcia from the continental United States, Zenas told Pross. How much power do judges have anyways? They can tell They can tell the president and shit what to do. That's where, well, like Trump said yesterday, and I can't believe I haven't shown this clip, him saying, people call me a dictator and, but crime's down and maybe we want a dictator. Then he goes, I'm not a dictator. I'm just a smart guy with common sense. But we've been saying it for years. People in my circles going, we need a benign dictator. Benign. That's what you need. Mussolini made the trains run on time. Nobody wants a late train. Then they do this. Anyways, so this judge, Miss Keebler, said yes, that we can't remove him. And she says, that is the understanding that we have. Zenas, that's the judge, has ordered Abreu Garcia to remain in the immigration detention center where he's currently being held in the arms of Bubba LaBouge. No, held in Virginia. There she is, trying to look like a woman. Is that Taylor Swift on the wall?
Or is it Madonna? I can't really.
Oh, good point. I don't know. Good point. All I know is I see me up on the shelf on the right, little red devil looking over her shoulder. You're a filthy whore. Look at her. She just got the sex appeal of a snow tire. Fucking yuck. By the way, speaking of Taylor Swift, I know, and I don't do much of this for a reason. I don't have 12-year-old girls as fans. But her and Travis Kelce got engaged. I guess they've been engaged for a couple of weeks. They kept it under the, I don't know why they let it out. Oh, because she's got another tour coming up or whatever. Boy, do they market everything, right? Can I just say to Miss Swift, and you must be an amazing talent, to break through all this mediocrity and shit. I mean, her tour grossed $2 billion with a B last year. Are you shitting me? Anyways, and I'm sure she's very but I'm just saying, this is a marriage where she should ask for a prenup.
Oh, it's there.
Yeah, of course. But my point being is, Travis Kelce is what they call an alpha male. Do you understand? He's going to get bored with her in about another 25 minutes. Do you understand? I will bet my life on it. This is going to come apart. I know that's not like a wild prediction, but he's an alpha male. Any guy that's tough enough to play in the NFL and fucking that's alpha male shit. Or he's smarter than we all think, and he's like, fucking billions. I'm going nowhere. He's probably thinking, I know how to cheat. I've done it before. Federal prosecutors, that's my positive spin on that story. Federal prosecutors had offered Abrego Garcia a plea deal where he could avoid being deported to Uganda if he pleaded guilty to human smuggling charges and accepted being deported to a jail in Costa Rica. But he turned it down. He turned the fucking thing down. Okay? What am I supposed to say here, folks? Let's put it in the thing, all right? Because I'm retarded.
It'll be hard to gauge the story, though, because we have to go past the story.
We'll take our chances on it. Put it in there, all right? I'm not asking, I'm telling you. By the way, it's really organic. By the way, if you aren't already watching the show, I'll eventually memorize it. Yeah. Again, Ambien, fentanyl. If you're not watching the show already on Rumble Live or the Rumble app, then you're missing out, and you really are, and I have no idea why. You can watch my full show for free and join our live chat at 6 p.m., and if you subscribe to Rumble Premium, you get all the shows on Rumble ad-free, plus additional premium content from my shows, from other shows like Louder with Crowder and all the folks in the live lineup. It's a fucking cocaine. It's a great deal, man. That's a powerful lineup. I'm going to sneeze again. God, you do 3 lines of Coke at breakfast.
Hi, good night, everybody.